Hey guys, welcome back to She Makes 31. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I transform this Ikea Rast Dresser. So keep watching. Okay, so these are the supplies we're going to use. We're going to prime them first. I have this Zinsser 123 primer, and then I got a quart of the PPG Diamond in satin finish, some wood glue, a hammer. We also got some 1 1/4 inch finish nails, and then your painting supplies. We're using a foam roller high density so that it gives us the smoothest finish, and all the supplies. We got some sandpaper here. I got this at the Dollar Tree, and it's like a whole variety pack of them. So we're gonna lightly sand them. But yeah, and then I'll show you here. This is the wood we had cut, and I'll give you the dimensions. Okay, so we decided that we wanted the top board to be 1 inch overhang on the sides and a 1/2 inch from here to there, from the front to the back, evenly throughout. So we got this wood at Lowe's, and it's 16-inch wood, wide wood, and we did have to cut it down. We had a friend of ours, a neighbor, that was able to cut it for us. The saw at Lowe's was not working, so we just had to end up doing that.
So it's 26.5 exactly length.
Okay.
And then 13 inches from front to back, or wide.
First thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this down. It does have a little bit of a lip here, but we're not gonna worry about that. Some people, I think, fill it in with like maybe 1/8 inch plywood or something, but we don't mind the gap. You can barely see it anyway. But we are gonna secure it with some wood glue here, and then we're gonna use the finish nails to nail the top on. So after you put the top on, you have to make sure to measure all around to make sure that it's even. The wood glue will give you some movement, so just make sure you measure all around and all of your corners and everything are even, and then you'll be able to press down on it and put the finish nails. So we put the same amount of nails on each side. We made sure that they were evenly spread out on both sides. Now be careful when you're hammering this down. You don't want to hammer too hard at the end that you'll dent your wood. So just be careful with that. Now the paint that I did buy was one that had paint and primer in it, but because this is raw wood when you buy it, I wanted to make sure that I primed it with a Zinsser primer first, because it soaks up so much at first with that first coat with the bare wood, and I wanted to make sure that the knots in the wood weren't showing through once I got my 2 coats of paint on. So definitely keep that in mind for what you're looking for as far as looks. Some people like it when the knots show through. It kind of gives it like a whitewash look, but in my case, I just wanted it to be nice solid white. And guys, the great thing about these dressers is that they are so inexpensive. They're $39.99 each, and we are actually going to use them as nightstands. And yes, my husband will be using it more as a dresser, but on my side, I'm going to be keeping more of like nightstand things. And next I wanted to sand the tops because they were the roughest and I want them to be really smooth since these will be the tops. I started off with a 150 grit sandpaper with my electric sander, and then I finished them off after I filled in some of the knots a little bit, which I'll show you later. I ended up using a 220 to finish them off, so they were nice and smooth, buttery smooth. And also make sure that when you're sanding with the grain of the wood. It'll give you the smoothest finish. I also did the corners because I didn't want them to be super sharp, so I sanded those off too. So I got this Elmer's wood filler at the Dollar Tree, and I think it was expired or something because it was really hard to work with. It was really hard to squeeze out of the tube, but you do want to get one that is stainable or paintable. And if you want to fill in those knots, some people like to leave them in. If you're going to stain the tops, you could do that too, but we were going to paint them, so I made sure that they were nice and smooth. So after I let the wood filler dry, I went ahead and sanded with the 220 grit sandpaper, and then I focused on getting the Zinsser primer all over both the dressers. So for all the little nooks and crannies, I made sure I used a paintbrush to get to those corners and did that first, and then after that I filled it in with the foam roller. I did, however, not show this because I realized it after the fact, but you do want to paint on the inside a little bit because that will show through once the drawers are put in. So make sure that you paint the inside about, I would say, like an inch or two. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to become a part of my YouTube family, and it would mean so much to me. I'm currently 38 weeks pregnant. In this video I was about 36 weeks pregnant, so there's a lot happening here in life. This is my third baby boy, so hang in there and join me for my motherhood ride as I just try and survive with 3 boys. Also, you can find me on Instagram. My handle is @shemakes31. I like to post little everyday updates there on when I have a new video or just things that happen in life or my boys. So make sure you follow me there and we can just keep in touch that way. So next I started to apply my paint. I did 2 coats of the paint and I found that that gave me the best coverage. After 1 it was okay, but 2 really gave it the nice solid look. So here I was trying something new. I had these artist brushes, and so I wanted to try those out for like the top, like in between the top that we attached and the dresser. It was a little bit hard to get my paintbrush in there, so I thought maybe a smaller brush would work best, and it did, but it wasn't that great of a difference. So if you want to use one, go ahead. So this is the hardware that I ordered from Amazon. I'll link it in the description box, but I really love these. These are made out of real glass. These are the screws that they came with, but they are too long for these Rast drawers. So what I ended up doing is going to Home Depot to get these washers to fill the gap. So the way that I'm going to install these is by doing this and screwing them in this way, like that. So, yep. So here's the end result, guys. I absolutely love them. These crystal knobs are so pretty. They look even better in person. And I just love that we put these tops on them because it gives us more space on top to put our things on. And it just actually matches our other Ikea dresser that we got. So I just love it. I hope you guys like it, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.